I wanted to give you a short update on phases 1 through 4 of the green wastewater stuff. What we've done as far as the costs of the putting in the systems. So we've got a little chart here. This takes us, these were these systems that we started back in 2005. It's been a long time we've been working on these things. And through 2005 to the beginning of 2013, we put 102 different systems in people's homes. You can see what the total cost for each one of those phases was, and then the cost for the installation of those systems. The total cost including things like salary and mileage and materials. Not the materials for the systems, but paper, pencils, and that kind of stuff. And then we figured an average so that if you look at all 102 homes, the average installation cost was over $23,000 per home, which is unfortunate because that's not going to solve the wastewater issues of rural, low-income Appalachia. I think one of the things that impacted it was that we did have to do prevailing wage, which is a good kind of thing, but of course it boosts the price up. So that's just sort of an overview on it. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to go into detail on it.
Of course, we kind of knew when we got into the projects that they were basically out of the mainstream type things we were
Right.
looking at, things of that nature.
Right.
And it's basically the funding is based upon us using those type
Newer
systems
Sure.
and stuff.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you look at the very first round, the first one we did, we put the first 40 in for $576,000. When nowadays we're putting 25 in for $613,000. So another thing that I think has happened is because the state has forced us to do a bid where we bid everything out at once, that's jacked the price up. Originally we were doing 3 systems we put out for bid, another 2 systems we put out for bid, and I think that helped us keep the price low. So we'll see, once we get phase 5 done, when we actually know what our final costs are, we'll do another thing like this with phase 5.
What is the overall feeling of the clients out there? Do they, I assume they appreciate having a new system, but do they look at it from what they're doing good for the environment, is all this kind of, I know you.
I think you could talk to different people and you get different answers. I think there's a significant portion of people who appreciate the fact that the creeks are cleaner and that they're not worried about their kids' health as much. I think there is some concern about how long are these systems going to last and what's going to happen 10 years, 15 years. And then there's some worry about this whole maintenance and whether we can ever become part of a public service district that would take over the maintenance responsibilities. I haven't solved that one yet.
But the commission could establish a public service district to do that, or?
I think the commission could try to get the public service commission to do that.
That's
They are hesitant to do that at this point. But they haven't found a solution to this. I think as long as everything sort of goes like this, we're okay.
Money's flowing?
Yeah. Okay. Can I switch to another topic? Or do I go sit down and go back? Okay. No, that's all right. Crawl over any more people. I want to give you an update on the county's teen parenting initiative. Remember last spring or fall, the county commission contributed $1,000 to this. This is a project that we have a major grant, a 1-year grant from the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation that flows through Southwestern Community Action on this. And there are several parts to the project, and probably the most important thing that we're working on right now is to establish an early childhood education certification program, ECE. It's part of the CTE, which is the career and technical education track at the high school. Where we are with that is the program is pretty much designed. There is a curriculum for it. What would happen would be that students would end up taking 2 classes their junior year, 2 classes their senior year. You do a practicum where you work with kids. This is an early childhood education. When you graduated, you would be certified so that you could work as a kindergarten teacher's aide or preschool teacher's aide, or work in a child care facility that's accredited. So our students could graduate from high school and get a job immediately. Where we are in this whole process, there's still some hurdles that we're trying to get through. The superintendent of schools has written letters to the State Department of Education asking for funding, first-year funding, for the salary of the teacher of this program and for materials. As soon as the state sort of said, yeah, we think we can fund that, but they haven't done it yet. As soon as they do that, we can actually adopt the program, hire the teacher, and begin recruiting students to start in classes in the fall. So that's where we are with that. The other part of the program was to establish a child care center at the high school. We have put that on hold at the request of the Board of Education until the fall of 2015. That's going to take a little longer. It's probably going to be a little more expensive, and we don't have any funding at that point. At this point, for that, but we're working on it. So.
Are you seeking funding for?
Well, we're not even asking for any funding until we get this initial child care course done. Once we get that done, we're
What do you expect to be asking?
oh, I think we would ask Benjamin for some. And we might look for some federal funding sources.
No, I was just asking.
Okay. Yeah. The other part of this is continuing this teen parenting program. Give you a handout on that. We're now in the 3rd year with that. That's the program where we get pregnant teens and fathers and parenting teens and fathers. We pull them out of their regular classes for 1 day a month. They have to make up anything they miss, and while they're out of their classroom, they also have their children with them. So we have newborns up to age 3, and moms and dads all together in the auxiliary gym at the high school. It's a little crazy, but we managed to make it work. And then we bring in volunteers from different agencies who, for free, spend an hour or so talking to kids about different things that seem to be important. It would help these young parents, and parents could be better parents. That's going on real well. We do an evaluation each time we meet. One of the things we ask are, what are you going to do differently based on having been here? Some of the kind of response we get. The last four sessions we've had are things like, not cause tension in my home around my baby, won't argue in front of my kids, read to the child more, discipline differently, be more honest with my partner. Some of the outcomes we've got that I think are important. One is that 100% of the pregnant teens in the high school are involved in this program, and none of them have dropped out. So that's a real good thing. The other thing that I think is pretty important is the fact that statistically we know that a young girl who has a baby is likely to have another baby. That's one of the problems with teen pregnancy. But all of the teens who are involved in the program have not had a second pregnancy, and some have been in the program for 3 years. So we think that's real good. The other 2 things that are important, I think, is one that Huntington High School is now setting up a program that they're modeling on ours. So it's great to have Huntington come to Lincoln and say, and tell us how we do this stuff. And the last thing is that because we've got these agencies involved, they're able to do follow-up stuff outside of the class with a lot of these young kids. It's a real good program, and we appreciate the commission's support with that. And as we, roll this out some more, I'll come back and let you know what else is happening.
I appreciate you.
It's a good program. We're happy with it, and there are a lot, we've probably got, I would say 25 individuals from agencies who have been involved. They're doing it for free, so that's nice, right? Yeah.